I remember in 5th year in our common room at Edra Academy, early 1980s, one of my friends playing the White Album by the Beatles. Now, I'm not strongly musical, but I remember it seeming to matter in some way, this music, this album. There's a new documentary out in the last couple of weeks. I don't have the streaming service for it, so I haven't seen the whole thing, but there are wee parts of it that are coming out across social media. It follows the Beatles as they work through making the 1970 album Let It Be. And there is a moment that's been shared more than most where Paul McCartney is sitting with his guitar and he's wrestling out the tune of Get Back. And George and Ringo are opposite him, trying to pick up the rhythms and the threads of what's beginning to appear. And from what I've seen of it, the wee glimpse of it, it's just this most brilliant moment of seeing a work of new creation, of seeing this new song being almost pummeled until it is out there. It's hard, liberating and exhilarating. And across Advent, I'm working with this theme of longings just now. There is so much in our lives that is of waiting, of longing for different times, for different things. And that theme echoes through this waiting time of Advent. And we're turning to the 4 names of the child of Isaiah 9, who brings light into the darkness in Galilee, words that point to Jesus. And this week, the second of those names is the fire that we gather around Almighty God, Isaiah 9:6. This one who brings light into our darkness, who is named in the Gospels as Jesus. How does this description of him in Isaiah 9:6 bring answers to our longings for now? One response is to look at the work of new creating, of recreating that is at play in the Gospels. God, in all his power and glory, chose to create, to make things. And what we see of Jesus in the Gospels is one who is battling and wrestling out the new creation, making things new. And there are so many examples in the Gospels, but my mind goes to the wee girl who is said to have died in Mark 5. Jesus is told she's died. Jesus comes to the house, draws together the parents and those disciples, and then speaks, Talitha cum, little girl, get up. And the child rises and begins to walk about. And there are these moments that take place throughout the Gospels where Jesus is bringing the almighty work of God in new creation into the lives of those around him. And I've been around enough works of making to know what new creation looks like and feels like. You can ask any woman who's given birth and they'll be able to speak of giving everything in order for new life to happen, new things to happen. And in a smaller way, that moment of a new song being birthed, that creative moment caught in the camera, points to the commitment, the energy, a sort of wrestling out with passion what it means to make things new. Jesus, in all the power of Almighty God, is wrestling out new creation in the Gospels, and it will take him to the cross, the pain and the suffering, but the resurrection is the gift of promise that God is all about this new creation, the hope of it and the life of it in the midst of our longings when we see darkness around us. Maybe when we are lying flat also at times, God in Jesus Christ will come to us. He will speak his words of new creation. in all his mighty power. And he'll say also, wee one, get up. Amen.